Good evening. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or present are certain to miss the future. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I'm Vinod Narayanan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines.
Foreign Minister attended Saudi National Day reception at Permanent Mission to UN. Memorial to honor Saudi National Day unveiled in Bahrain Bay. Kuwait to test expatriates for skills and knowledge before issuing visa. Dubai residents to register co-occupants within 2 weeks. NASA delayed moon rocket launch due to potential hurricane.
News in detail. Foreign Minister attended Saudi National Day reception at Permanent Mission to UN. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdul Latif bin Rashid Al Zayani, attended the reception held at the Permanent Mission of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia here, in the presence of members of the Kingdom's delegation, headed by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, His Highness Prince Faisal bin Farhan Al Saud, on the occasion of the 92nd National Day of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. In his speech, the Foreign Minister congratulated Saudi Arabia and its people, expressing his pride in the relationship between the two countries and its development in various fields. He also highlighted Saudi Arabia's wide-ranging achievements, wishing it further success and prosperity. Memorial to honor Saudi National Day unveiled in Bahrain Bay. The Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority, along with Bahrain Bay Development, have inaugurated an official memorial in Bahrain Bay area to commemorate the Saudi National Day, celebrated annually on September 23rd. The obelisk monument was decorated with internally LED lit calligraphy consisting of a beacon of light that points towards the Holy Kaaba in the Grand Mosque in Mecca. The grand structure is assembled in the middle of the maze located at the gardens area in Bahrain Bay, one of the most exquisite gardens in Bahrain. The inauguration ceremony featured a variety of events, including a musical performance and a door show lasting for 3 hours. The memorial also reflected several long rays of green laser colors pointing towards Saudi Arabia. Foreign Minister participated in GCC Russia ministerial meeting. Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Abdul Latif bin Rashid Al Zayani participated in the joint ministerial meeting between the Ministers of Foreign Affairs of the countries of the Cooperation Council and the Russian Federation, which was held at the United Nations headquarters in New York, on the sidelines of the 77th session of the United Nations General Assembly. The GCC site was headed by the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Chairman of the current session of the Ministerial Council of the Cooperation Council, His Highness Prince Faisal bin Farhan Al Saud, and saw the participation of GCC Secretary General Dr. Naif Fala Mubarak Al Hajraf. Meanwhile, the Russian Federation side was headed by the Russian Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sergei Lavrov. During the meeting, the two sides discussed aspects of cooperation between the GCC states and the Russian Federation in various fields, and reviewed areas of developing joint action based on the mechanisms of strategic dialogue and the executive work program launched in November 2011. Bahrain Journalists Association Chairman hailed Information Minister's support to national press. Bahrain Journalists Association Chairman Isa Al-Shaiji expressed deep thanks to the Minister of Information Affairs, Dr. Ramzan bin Abdullah Al-Naimi, for supporting Bahrain Journalists Association's participation in the events held on the sidelines of the Arab Information Ministers' Council meetings in Cairo, Egypt. In a statement today, Al-Shaiji hailed the minister's keynote speech at the opening of the meeting, which were held under the patronage of Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. Noting the address highlighted key issues for the future of the pan-Arab media. He praised the minister's keenness to support the press profession in the Kingdom of Bahrain and support its development in line with rapid global technological strides. He commended the minister's visits to media and press establishments in Egypt in order to further consolidate cooperation and take stock of developments. Dean of Arab Diplomatic Corps, Bahrain Ambassador in London, chaired Arab League Council of Arab Ambassadors meeting. Dean of the Arab Diplomatic Corps and Ambassador of the Kingdom of Bahrain to the United Kingdom, Sheikh Fawaz bin Mohammed Al Khalifa, chaired on Friday the meeting of the Council of Arab Ambassadors of the League of Arab States in London. During the meeting, the ambassadors discussed several topics of common Arab interest and the latest political developments on the Arab and local British arena. They also extended their condolences to the British royal family, the government and people of the United Kingdom over the death of Queen Elizabeth II. Today's COVID updates.
COVID updates brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers.
Now we will be back after a very short break.
The 16th branch of MegaMart and MacroMart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. MegaMart and MacroMart, your favorite shopping destination.
Welcome back. Saudi Arabia women's football team to play first ever match at home. In another first for women's sport in Saudi Arabia, the country's women's national team, also known as the Green Falcons, will make their home debut with the two fixtures against Bhutan. The matches are just the third and fourth ever to be played by the women's national team following their launch in October 2021. The Green Falcons opening matches saw them play the Seychelles and Maldives at the National Stadium in Maldives capital, Mali, in February 2022, with both contests finishing as 2-0 victories. The fixtures will take place at the Prince Sultan Stadium at Apa and are the latest chapter in the women's transformative sport journey in Saudi Arabia. Kuwait to test expatriates for skills and knowledge before issuing visa. Expatriates coming to Kuwait should be tested as part of plans to reform the demographic imbalance. The Director General of the Public Authority for Manpower, Dr. Mubarak Al-Azmi, said the same will be done in cooperation with the Kuwait Society of Engineers for related professions to ensure the applicant has good skills and knowledge about the job he is hired for before the visa is issued. The tests by the Kuwait Society of Engineers will be for new arrivals as a first stage and then will include those who want to renew their work permits inside the country. The sources confirm that the tests will be a condition for the renewal and issuance of work permits, and in the event of failure, the person will be given a grace period to leave the country. Dubai residents to register co-occupants within 2 weeks. Residents in Dubai must register all co-occupants living in owned and rented properties within 2 weeks, the Emirates Housing Authority has said. The ruling applies to all owners, developers, property management companies and tenants who can register co-occupants via the Dubai Rust app if they have not already done so. The Dubai Land Department said the registration must be completed within a maximum of 2 weeks with immediate effect. Registering is simple. It can be done online through an 8-step process. Once registered, co-occupants will automatically be updated in the Ejari tenancy contract. Registering all the people living in a home will allow each resident to use an Ejari contract as proof of address. Sharjah's forum explores solutions to pressing global issues. Pressing humanitarian, economic and social issues and innovative solutions will be the focus of the 11th International Government Communication Forum in Sharjah. The Challenges and Solutions Forum on September 28th to 29th will feature 12 activities led by more than 50 experts and intellectuals. The opening day of the annual event, organized by the International Government Communication Center, an initiative of Sharjah Government Media Bureau, will be launched with media curriculum session, Theoretical Reality and the Labor Market. The session will discuss the suitability of mainstream journalism and media curricula in meeting the requirements of a labor market and will formulate recommendations to achieve aspects of development required to be in line with current needs. The role of local communities in heritage preservation focus of Abu Dhabi's International Hunting and Equestrian Exhibition, a major international conference, the significance of indigenous people and local communities in linking intangible cultural heritage and wildlife conservation will be organized as part of the 19th edition of Abu Dhabi International Hunting and Equestrian Exhibition. The exhibition will be held by the Emirates Falconers Club at Abu Dhabi National Exhibition Centre under the theme Sustainability and Heritage, a reborn aspiration on September 26 to October 2nd. The conference is organized by the Emirates Falconers Club and the International Association for Falconry and Conservation of Birds of Prey in cooperation with the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization and the International Union for Conservation of Nature. 24 young falconers aged 18 to 30 and representing 24 countries will participate in the conference, showing the distinct characteristics of traditional falconry in each country. The event seeks to draw attention to the role that young falconers play in promoting falconry in their own countries and highlight their efforts in addressing the obstacles that many falconers encounter in some countries, organizers have said. Artificial intelligence and DNA predict mental health problems years after trauma. The Center for Biomedical Research and Precision Medicine at Virginia Commonwealth University announced a new study published in Molecular Psychiatry that demonstrates how the combination of artificial intelligence and genomics can produce DNA biomarkers that predict mental health issues nearly 17 years after the exposure to childhood trauma. Childhood trauma was assessed from events that meet DSM post-traumatic stress disorder criteria in the Child and Adolescent Psychiatric Assessment and the Young Adult Psychiatric Assessment Forum. Hundreds of children aged 9 to 13 who participated in the 30-year study initiated by Duke University and North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services called the Great Smoky Mountain Study. Blood sports samples and clinical data were collected at each wave. After over 970 blood sports samples were used from over 480 participants who provide more than 670 samples before reaching the age of 21 years old, along with a subset of over 300 participants who provided a sample in adulthood. NASA delayed moon rocket launch due to potential hurricane. NASA is keeping next week's launch attempt of its new moon rocket because of a tropical storm that's expected to become a major hurricane. It is the third delay in the past month for the lunar orbiting test flight featuring mannequins but no astronauts, a follow-up of NASA's Apollo moon landing program of half-century ago. Hydrogen fuel leaks and other technical issues caused the previous scraps. Currently churning the Caribbean, tropical storm Ian is expected to become a hurricane by Monday and slam into Florida's Gulf Coast by Thursday. The entire state, however, is in the con, showing the probable path of the storm center, including NASA's Kennedy Space Center, Associated Press reported. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I am Vinod Narayanan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.